The room was already laughing when I felt the crutch slip. A clean, deliberate tug. Her hand, my wife's. "Stop faking it," she snapped, voice sharp enough to cut glass. "You're just leeching." The word echoed louder than the music, louder than the clink of glasses, louder than the blood rushing in my ears. I reached for balance that wasn't there. The floor came up fast. Laughter followed. Polite at first, then careless, then cruel. I tasted sugar and dust and something metallic, my own restraint. My cheek pressed against cold tile while the chandelier above fractured into 1,000 trembling lights. I didn't look at her. I didn't need to. I knew the angle of her mouth, the righteous tilt of her chin. She had practiced this moment, rehearsed it in private. I was a performance now, a parasite exposed. Behind them a chair scraped, footsteps, measured, unhurried. I felt it before I heard it, the sudden change in air, the way a room goes quiet when truth enters without asking permission. A hand touched my wife's shoulder, not mine, his. And when he spoke, he didn't raise his voice. He didn't have to. 3 months earlier, the fracture had been quieter. Not bone, trust. It started with a name I didn't recognize lighting up her phone at 2:17 a.m. No message preview, just a name she turned face down too quickly. I told myself I was paranoid. Pain does that. Immobilization sharpens imagination, makes you suspicious of shadows. But shadows don't smell like unfamiliar cologne. They don't hum while texting in the bathroom. They don't stop touching you. Her affection thinned. Precise, efficient, like a chore done correctly but without warmth. She began correcting the story of my injury in front of others. Doctors exaggerate. He milks it. He likes the attention. Each sentence landed softly, almost lovingly, a narrative rewritten in real time. I watched her perform concern in public and contempt in private, watched relatives mirror her tone. The leech, the burden, the man who wouldn't heal. And still, I said nothing, because pain teaches patience, and patience teaches timing. I learned to listen instead, to patterns, to absences. I memorized her routes, counted the miles on the car, noted the nights she came home already showered. I requested phone records with the calm of someone ordering coffee. No confrontation, no questions. I let her underestimate me. Between physical therapy sessions, I made calls she didn't know about, confirmed appointments she thought I'd canceled, asked my surgeon questions she assumed I'd never hear the answers to. "Is it healing?" I asked him once. There was a pause. "No," he said carefully, "and that's important." I carried that word with me. Important. Important, like the hotel charge buried under a shared credit card. Important, like the way she flinched when I mentioned DNA testing, laughed it off too quickly, too loudly. Every piece fit, quietly, perfectly. By the time her father's birthday arrived, I knew who she was sleeping with. I knew why she wanted me weak, and I knew exactly how this would end. The test results arrived on a Tuesday. I didn't open them right away. I already knew, but knowledge becomes lethal when it's documented. That night, I asked her one question. "Did you ever love me?" I said gently, "or was I just useful?" Her face cracked, not into guilt, into anger. "You're unbelievable," she said. "Even injured, you're playing victim." She didn't deny it. She didn't have to. I slid the envelope across the table. She didn't open it. She didn't need to. Her silence was admission enough. I stayed calm. I always stayed calm, because storms are loud and executions are quiet. Back in the living room, someone coughed. Someone else whispered my name like a joke. The hand on my wife's shoulder tightened slightly. She turned. Her smile froze. My surgeon looked at her with professional distance, the kind reserved for bad news. He spoke 6 words. "The injury is real. He's paralyzed." Silence collapsed the room. My wife's mouth opened, closed. Her father's glass slipped from his hand and shattered near my knee. Someone laughed reflexively, then stopped. The surgeon didn't look at them again. He knelt beside me instead. "Are you okay?" he asked. I met my wife's eyes for the first time. She was shaking, not for me, for herself, because now everyone knew and she had nothing left to rewrite. Later, when the party ended early and the apologies started circling like vultures, I declined all of them. I didn't need forgiveness. I needed distance. The surgeon helped me up. My wife stood alone, surrounded by the wreckage of her own performance. I didn't tell her about the test results, or the lawyer, or the accounts I'd already separated. Some truths are better delivered slowly. As I left, I felt nothing. No anger, no grief, just clarity. I had survived the fall, and she would live with it forever.